2021 has been an interesting, though somewhat challenging year for most of us. But now that we're into December, I thought it makes sense for us to review the really good things that some of our CORESafety companies were doing over the last 12 months. So let's go back and check it out right now. In January 2021, we did a feature story on Coeur Mining and their innovative approach to dealing with COVID-19. Coeur's comprehensive pandemic response plan worked, and they were awarded the NIOSH Mine Safety and Health Technology Innovations Award for 2021.
And at this point, we have all the operations in the portfolio that are using a testing strategy. We are continuing to enhance them at some of the operations outside of the U.S. And every operation has a form of tracing technology at them as well. COVID-19 may have set the urgency for response, but what we realized is the things that we have defined and put in place are long-term investments. It's not something that we'll probably move away from. Having a very defined infectious disease program within the organization and being able to respond is powerful. Every year we go through influenza A or influenza B or even strep, but we at this point we have the capabilities of understanding that and how to mitigate the community risk as well as the business risk that it may create.
Next, in February of this year, we did a story on Peabody's innovations in respirable dust particle monitoring. They've been working with applied particle technology on a new sensor that takes readings much faster.
Fundamentally, what we need to do is understand what people are exposed to what contaminants and to what level they're exposed to and how damaging that can be over time. Traditionally, when it comes to dust, that will be done through a time-weighted average over the entire shift. But what we're trying to do is find ways to pinpoint when the higher exposures are occurring within the shift, so being more targeted around those higher risk activities so we can pinpoint it and either eliminate that fundamental task or dust source or ultimately provide the protection when people need it.
Next, in April, we interviewed Michael Meehan, the Director of Corporate Safety and Health at Kinross Gold. Michael told us about the process Kinross was going through to get recertified as a CORESafety company, a requirement that takes place every 3 years.
It's a matter of seeing how well your systems are working, how well the CORESafety program is working, your overall health and safety management system. Not just that you have what you say you have, but the fact that that the program is working for you, that it's recognized by the folks on site. They have a clear understanding of the do's and don'ts and what our expectation is as far as health and safety is concerned. Yeah, we really strive for not just for the recognition, but for the fact that we are doing the CORESafety program, and it's a good opportunity to have a third party come and look at you and assess whether you are following the program. It's like anything. If you're looking in the mirror and you're assessing yourself, sometimes you miss things. So it's always good to have an outsider come in and ask questions and really do what I would call a review, a deep dive review on what you're doing and how you're doing it. And to me, the recertification is very important to ensure you have what you say you have and you're using it as it is intended, and that the program is effective. That's what we're looking for.
In May of this year, We did a story on Twin Metals, Minnesota. Dean DeBeltz is their Director of Operations and Safety. He told us how the company decided to start using CORESafety and what has transpired since then.
We had a safety policy. We had some standard operating procedures to help us with our work, but we really didn't have a safety system in place to help support the work that we do out there. And we kind of laid out a timeline for, how we develop our safety and health management system moving forward. Really, the key to that was the CORESafety Plan, Do, Check, Act concept associated with that. Then it's the work of making sure we're out in the field and we're looking after our contractors. We're looking at conditions they're faced with. We're looking at procedures that they have in place, and we're also looking at individual behaviors to help support that.
In August, I interviewed Mitch Kruger at Freeport McMoRan. He's a director of corporate health and safety there, and we talked about why it's so important to have a health and safety management assurance system and how the Plan, Do, Check, Act cycle gets integrated into the system.
It's one thing if you have knowledge up here in your brain but not sharing it with other people, and that this widget over here could seriously damage someone's arm if they touched it. But it's another if we educate people when they come here and say, hey, here's a potential risk here that could get us hurt if you're interacting with it wrong. And taking another step is how do we work together to control that and eliminate that risk for everyone. So the term institutional knowledge to transferable knowledge is, people when they show up to work here, knowing what their tasks are, knowing how to do their tasks, do the work safely, and that we have a system approach that captures anything that they need to be concerned about, and they know about it right away instead of 2 years down the road and it happens by word of mouth in the lunchroom or whatever. So that's how a person can really benefit from it, knowing how to do their work safely. That our leadership teams across the organization are very focused on making sure we have a safe work environment for our employees.
And finally, in November of 2021, I brought you a story on a new haul truck operator scorecard that Freeport McMoRan has developed. They won a 2020 Mining Health and Safety Technology Innovation Award for it from NIOSH. We heard all about it from Senior Innovation Engineer Megan Golden.
Haul truck operator scorecard really uses all of the data that we collect off of our haul trucks and from our various other systems to give operators some data-driven feedback on how they operate. Really, in short, it's just a big data tool that we use to provide feedback to our operators in a way that we haven't been able to in the past. That's much more detailed for them, so they can go actually act off of it. The way we want people to use it is to look at their own performance and see where they can improve themselves. So it's not about judging you against someone else, it's about you against yourself. And so operators can go in, they can say, ooh, I really need help on this particular skill. Say it's backing in at a shovel. And then they can go and they can get with the trainers, they can talk to more experienced operators, they can talk to their supervisors and get that additional help on that specific skill. And when they feel really comfortable with where that's at, they can move on to the next skill that they want to improve.
So, lots of great work and innovations going on by our CORESafety companies in 2021, that's for sure. Next month, we'll do a review of a few other stories that we covered last year. And then we'll be ready to kick off CORESafety TV for the new year, 2022. Now, let's take a look at a new video nugget for CORESafety's module number 20, Contractor Management and Purchasing. CORESafety's module number 20 focuses on contractor management and purchasing. Safety and health performance is a primary consideration for contractor selection. All contractors are required to provide and maintain a safe and healthy work environment and are responsible as a minimum for performing work to the mining company's safety and health standards. Contractors often face very similar, if not more significant, risk than do company employees. Appropriate instruction and direction is needed for contractors to work safely. Otherwise, they may introduce new hazards that put themselves and company workers at risk. These 4 factors can help lead you to success with contractor management and purchasing if handled properly. CORESafety's Module number 20 will show you how to ensure all company-sponsored project proposals include safety and health management criteria or requirements, how to pre-screen contractors for acceptable safety and health management experience, qualifications, and procedures, and how to ensure all contractors and third parties are aware of your organization's safety and health management requirements and expectations. Be sure to check our website for more information on Module number 20. And then get ready for a new look at CORESafety's individual modules when we start the new year. For now, please be sure to follow our post on Facebook and Twitter. For CORESafety and the National Mining Association, I'm Nelson Duffel. I'll see you here again next month. Until then, please be safe out there, and thanks for watching. Special thanks to all of the CORESafety companies that shared their safety stories with us in 2021.
To share one of your safety stories, videos, or photos, email us at info@coresafetytv.org.